So I want to talk about what drove AMC stock down lower. It seemed like there was some news that came out roughly 1:30, 2 p.m. ish, and the stock really started to sell off. At one point today, you were in green territory, and then that all changed. AMC stock at the low was down about 9%, and you still closed down about 6% on the day. But in all reality, it's very futile, and really I can't even confirm if it's real or not. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about it, get you guys caught up to speed on this situation. Now, to be quite honest, I was gonna make this video earlier, but I was waiting to see if this was real or not, if this was an actual thing that was happening based off of the share price move that we've seen in AMC. I would think so, but there's only one article on this, like one single article on this, and there is no filing or anything from AMC. Now, if you get into the details of this, that might explain why, because actually it might not be a good thing for AMC and for this court date coming on April 27th. So let's get into it, guys. We're also going to give you guys a brief rundown of the numbers on where AMC stock currently sits. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. If you guys also want to come trade with me live in real time, link down below in the description of this video as well. So this article says, and let's read the title of this article, get into it a little bit, and then let's take a look at what happened with AMC stock, because it's weird. Now, AMC stock dipped 6%, Apes leap 5% as conversion settlement gets fresh review request. Now, there's really only two things I want to read here, and it's this. That settlement was denied, though by Delaware Vice Chancellor Morgan Churn, who implied it needed to go through proper procedures rather than taking actions aimed at receiving the common stock sooner. And I think this is one big reason, again, why I'm so bullish heading into April 27th, is because if this was clean cut and it was going to go through coming on April 27th, then I think they would have lifted the status quo order and let the settlement go through and let AMC do the reverse split, or at the very least, let this settlement go through. That has not happened, and it looks like they're in no rush to make that happen. Now, what happened today? On Friday, attorneys for parties to the settlement wrote Delaware Vice Chancellor Morgan Churn to request a status conference for next week to talk about timing and notice of the settlement and an adjournment of litigation deadlines pending a final decision. Now, let's read that twice, because these court documents, if you're talking anything with the courts, you most of the time got to read it twice anyways. It says on Friday, attorneys for the parties to the settlement. That means Allegheny County Pension Fund. That means the smaller firms that were also a part of this litigation. They wrote the Delaware Vice Chancellor Morgan Churn, and that is the judge, to request a status conference for next week to talk about timing and notice of the settlement. So basically, they're trying to meet with the courts next week to decide how fast this process is going to go, what else they will need to do to get this to go through. At least that is, what I get from this, because they're, trying to basically get new information about the settlement, because we didn't hear anything specifically about that settlement. The judge just denied it. So what's to come next? Now, it goes on to say, and an adjournment of litigation deadlines pending a final decision. So basically the timeline of this. Now, why this spooked the market so much, I don't know. It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you actually read what's going on. Like, nothing changes. You still get the court date April 27th, and nothing likely happens after that. You likely are going to get some commentary, right? But I don't think you're going to get the judge just letting this go through April 27th. You're going to get something else, and that is what is going to be bullish. That throws really uncertainty and doubt on this trade. Are factors and major factors that would lead to the short squeeze that I think is ultimately coming after April 27th, because just logically speaking, AMC rigged the vote. There was no fair vote that ever happened in the first place. And I think any chancery court is going to know that as soon as they do any kind of research. And that's probably why the status quo order was not lifted. So that's what happened today. And if you look at AMC stock, let's go ahead and pull it up. If you look at AMC, down 6.23%. It was actually a very bullish day earlier in the day, hitting a high of $5.76 per share, well above that 100-day moving average for the first time. I mean, in a while, it looked like you were going to close above it. And then this news came out, and circle back to that for a second. I can't find anything else on this. It's literally this one seeking alpha piece that I think caused this drop in AMC stock. I literally can't find anything else about it. Maybe he has insider information. Maybe someone, he knows someone, with the Allegheny County Pension Fund or with these firms that are suing AMC. But I literally could not find anything else on it. So I can neither confirm nor deny if this is even real, if this is even happening. Considering April 27th is right around the corner, I mean, does it make a whole lot of sense? Not really, to try to get this to go through. Unless shorts are really starting to hurt, then maybe they would want this to go through an extra week and a half sooner. If you're getting crushed on your short positions and AMC stock looks so bullish that it's stupid, then maybe you would want to speed that process up. After all, cost to borrow rates are still in that 300% to 400% range after being over 1,000% for a majority of last week. Yeah, I'm sure shorts are feeling the pressure. Would it surprise me to see this fake article come out to drive down AMC's share price? It would not surprise me. And that's where I have a little bit of doubt when it comes down to this, because any other time that there is real information, when there is something actually changing or happening with AMC, everyone wants to write about it. Literally everyone. You'll have 5 Seeking Alpha articles. You'll have a Wall Street Journal, a New York Post. You'll have literally everyone. The street will be talking about it. Everyone. But this particular incident that caused AMC to drop 6.23% has no coverage besides one article. I mean, link me more articles down below in the comment section if you guys can. I could not find a single other one. Granted, I only looked for about 10 minutes, but I could not find anything else on this. Anything credible, at least. So that's where I would take this with a big grain of salt. Now, in after hours, and really once you hit that low, about an hour left of the trading day at $4.90 per share, you did start to rally. You were flat in after hours for a while, and then you started to rally towards the end of after hours, really leaving after hours on the high point. And AMC stock did rally 1.56% in after hours, dropping 6.23% on the day. So it's not a terrible day. I mean, what, a 4.5% down day? Really not too bad. Although it did look pretty bloody at one point, going, I mean, you went down like 85 cents today. That's almost 10% at the low. So you did recover quite a bit towards the end of the day, as did the broad markets. A quick look at the Ortex data as well to see if any numbers changed here once the trading day did end. And we'll go ahead and click on it. You can see a short interest number of 26.01%. 134.28 million shares that are currently sold short. Let's be clear here. This 26% short number is the highest number that you have seen in a very, very long time. There has not been another time in AMC's meme stock history that this short interest number has been higher than this. It hasn't happened. Typically, even around June of 2021, when AMC rallied the first time with GameStop, short interest numbers were around 22 to 24%. It never got this high. And that kind of goes to show you the lack of risk control hedge funds have right now. They're all betting on this. They're all literally rolling the dice, putting all of their eggs in one basket on this particular trade, because if this does not go the way they think it will, coming on April 27th, AMC stock's going to rally hundreds of percent, at least in my personal opinion, what the data tells me and how the stock is reacting based off of a settlement being denied. Is pretty exciting, number one, but we will talk about that in the next video as well and elaborate more of my theses in that next video. Now, cost to borrow average sitting at 349.09%. Cost to borrow max at 398.46%. Cost to borrow minimum says about 8%. Last real update we got in the trading day today was 249.76%. Interactive Brokers has the cost to borrow rate about 246.53%. 300,000 shares that are currently available to be lent out. The option activity for the day was quite high, believe it or not. 166 orders totaling $28.86 million. Positive order value at about 24%. And it was pretty 50-50 for option activity by open interest for this Friday. Next Friday, you got about 34.5% of the open interest being calls, 65.32% being puts, and then April 28th, you got 21% of the open interest as calls and 78.96% as puts. And why I'm watching this so closely as well, just to give you guys a short little rundown, is because this calls open interest was at 9%. As you guys do know. So I think this will go higher heading into April 28th. And the higher this goes, the more really uncertainty and fear that hedge funds and institutions have that maybe the judge does not give AMC the stamp of approval. Maybe it does take a little longer than just one court date on April 27th. And that, that probability I think is going higher as the calls open interest for April 28th is also going higher. So just something to think about there, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to do it for this video. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.